Thank you very much, Joe. You know what? Dark Passage, they came out. They tried to play aggressive.
They did.
They just didn't really mechanically have it in them. And another next to perfect game for White.
Yeah, but I do want to point out that Holy Phoenix rose from the ashes. He built towards the Trinity Force, and because of this, got 2 kills against Samsung White. So obviously, got his head in the right place.
Yeah, Monty, what's your take? I mean, Samsung White, again, dominant performance.
Yeah, there's not much to say about that, but if you look at Samsung White, you can see how far ahead they think in the game. There was one moment in the mid lane when the second red buff was coming up at about 7 minutes, when we had Pawn use his ult onto Naru in order to shove him out of lane. Dandy was already there set up. He forced a flash and chunked out Lee Sin, and then they immediately just collapsed on that red buff and started taking objectives away.
Just in general, when you watch replays from either of the Samsung teams, basically whenever they fight, their side lanes will always be in the right position as well. Those minions, it almost seems like they're magically pushing in the right direction, either coming back to them after a fight or just pushing away to them for pressure every time. That just shows you like how far they're thinking ahead, and you can't even analyze that because sometimes it's 2 minutes ahead. They put a small push here, small push there, then they go mid. Obviously in these games, these are more stompy, but in like these really complex, like really close games, that's where the real beauty of thinking ahead shines through, and that's something we're going to try and pay attention more as they progress through the tournament.
And it's cool because I've seen a lot of individual like smart plays as well, specifically from Pawn. He's burning his ultimate not to get kills necessarily, but like in the Talon game, for example, he's just tossing the ult out to just wave clear and get the heck out of the matchup, things like that. And he's just burning important cooldowns because there's nothing better to do anyway. And it just like, I realize it makes sense in retrospect, but it's not something I see a lot of players do.
Yeah, it's revolutionary at this stage in time. The game continues to evolve, continues to improve. Samsung White, slightly obscure question. Do you think being in this group where they have been such heavy favorites and had such confident wins, last year they fell out of groups, Imp himself said we were overconfident. Do you think this could impact them going to quarterfinals, feeling they are even stronger and better than anyone else? You probably know the players better than anybody else, Monty.
Yeah, that's basically White has had an entire year of being mocked in Korea for their performance last year. And of course, Dade, kind of the poster child of that. I mean, we still get kind of trash talk videos for Champions and OGN where people reference Dade's Gragas. And so that's still the albatross that's hanging around his neck. And the players just going in this year seemed much more focused, really wanting to avenge what happened to them last year. And I don't think that... I would say old Samsung White would have troll picked this game. And instead they picked very, very seriously. And they just trying their hardest, that's for sure.
Double lift?
I am kind of concerned for Imp's over-aggressiveness because this game was kind of bad example, but I think EDG, their Samsung White's game versus EDG, Imp is super ready to just jump in 1v5, and that's like a good thing because he's such a great playmaker, and sometimes he makes it work. But in those small, rare instances where it doesn't work, he could potentially throw a big lead.
Well, we'll have to see if that does come to pass. Freak?
Yeah. I do think, though, that Samsung White are still going to be scrimming teams, not like Dark Pass, but scrimming the other Korean teams, scrimming the teams in the opposite side of the bracket. And so they still know there's these really good teams like Najin, White Shield, whatnot, that they're going to have to be worried about. So they're not going to sleep through the entire tournament. But yes, as you pointed out, Double F, they're got a big tendency to start playing improperly in the middle of a game.
Yeah, we'll see if that does come to pass. Guys, we do have to check in with Shox, who's standing by with one of the winning players from Samsung White.
Thank you very much. Quick shot. I'm Efu Shock supporter standing here with Samsung White's Mata after that victory. First question for you, Mata, is going for the Janna pick once again. Why do you think she's a strong pick right now?
요즘 잔나가 되게 자주 보이는데 잔나가 왜 좋은 것 같으세요?
일단 라인전에서 일단 무엇보다 강하고요. 힐도 있고 쉴드도 있고 원딜들이 좋아하는 서폿이기 때문에 좀 요즘에 유행을 하는 것 같아요.
Janna has a very strong lane phase and she has a shield and heal. She's just one of the ADC's favorite support these days.
Would you care to rank what you think are the best supports and champions right now in a top 3 and why?
요즘 어떤 서폿이 제일 좋은 것 같아요? 한 3개 정도 얘기해 주세요.
일단 스래시랑 나미랑 그리고 나르 서폿 좋은 것 같아요.
Thresh, Nami, and Nar.
Can you ask him to explain why Nar?
나르는 왜 꼽았어요?
일단 요즘에 사람들이 나르라는 챔피언을 잘 모르기 때문에 이게 유행하기 전까지는 좀 좋을 것 같아요.
So I don't think not many people know about Nar. So unless it becomes popular, I think you can try to take advantage of that.
I don't think I'd go to solo queue with that just yet. Next question. Yesterday we saw Imp getting fantastic pentakill. How much of that was your doing, Mata?
어제 인프 선수가 처음으로 펜타킬 했는데 거기에 이 마타 선수는 얼마나 기여하셨나요?
일단 베인이 잘 큰 상태였기 때문에 그러니까 마지막 킬을 먹을 때 DP 탑솔러 분이랑 저랑 그러니까 댄디 선수가 관여하게 되었었는데 저랑 댄디 선수가 한 90%는 만들어졌다고 봐요.
So I think me, Dandy, and of course the top laner of Deep Dark Passage, we made probably like 90% of that pentakill.
Another question relating to that. Last year, the issue with Samsung was, of course, getting overconfident. Do you step in after Imp gets that pentakill to maybe stop him from getting overconfident in this group stage?
작년 롤드컵 때 아무래도 삼성 화이트팀이 자만심 때문에 한 번 잡혔었는데 인프 선수가 펜타킬 한 이후에 좀 자제할 수 있도록 잡아줬었나요 혹시?
그냥 펜타킬이 사실 중요한 건 아니라고 생각하고 많은 챔피언도 보여주고 그리고 상대 DP팀이 저희보다 약팀이라고 생각해서 방심할 수 있지만 픽밴을 정말 열심히 준비했거든요. 그리고 방심하지 않고 다음 게임도 열심히 준비할 수 있을 것 같아요.
So I don't think the pentakill is that much of a big of issue, but we want to focus more on our banner picks. And even though Dark Passage was considered a weaker team than us, but we still try to be focused and we don't want to be too overconfident.
Besides taking care of overconfidence, what is to you the biggest difference or the biggest improvement in your team in relation to last year?
작년과 비교했을 때 올해 가장 달라진 점은 뭐가 있을까요? 그러면 삼성 화이트 팀한테.
저희 팀 작년 롤드컵에는 연습량이 엄청 저조했다면은 이번에는 그러니까 저번 시즌에는 거의 연습을 안 하다시피 했는데 이번에는 진짜 열심히 준비해가지고 이번 시즌을 준비하고 있는 중이에요.
Compared to last year, we're much more prepared. We practiced a lot more, and that way we're more in shape.
Well, you guys look fantastically in shape. 4-0 up already. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to take a quick break here in Taipei, but we'll be back in just a moment with SK Gaming, looking to keep their championship hopes alive against Starhorn Royal Club. Don't go anywhere.
Both heading up topside, but it looks like Crystal heads towards mid and Fab gets under the turret.
Oh, this is bad news for him. That's a good flash over, but Dandy will follow through. Crystal going to come around the side. Paul actually flashed over the wall. Dandy is going to fall. Oh, there's the shield. Soon as well. He's got a lot of damage to come from that next Phosphorus bomb. There is a kill with the auto attack. This is going to be an ace for Samsung White, surely. Oh, big burst. There is Looper diving in. They're going to go straight on top of this one. Touch falling low. There's a dive into the back.
Oh, can they get him?
He survives with the monsoon. Unstoppable.
They got to get him.
They finish him off.